We have 10 cars lined up here and ready to go at Watkins Glen International Raceway here, and we're underway for the 6th race of the season. It's a good even start there. Blue's get a good start as we're watching on board from Orange, who overtakes Yellow, approaching the leaders, and Cyan cuts across and there's contact! There's contact! The two championship leaders are out in the first corner, and there's another spinner there. It looks like Yellow. Black has dropped down the order. What a dramatic start to this race as Orange now leads and Yellow also drops down. Red looks like he's able to get going again. Cyan looks pretty stranded. Let's see if he can continue. This is big for the championship as Yellow also keeps on going. So at the moment only Cyan has stopped. But Orange here leads the way now, followed by Blue and then Pink. That makes your podium positions there. And Red and Cyan are at the bottom. They're the two championship leaders battling it out. But Red is still able to go in and Cyan is confirmed out as Orange goes through the chicane and has a big wobble there, struggling to find grip in these opening corners. Blue has managed to gain 5 positions, that's half the grid in half a lap. On the other hand, Red has lost 9 positions, falling all the way down to 9th with that contact with Cyan, but he is leading over Cyan in the championship, so every position he can gain from here is 3 points against Cyan. Oh, and here he is going very slowly. He'll be praying for a red flag so that can stop the race, and oh, that's a lot of damage. He won't be able to continue for much longer unless there's a stoppage in the race. And here's Cyan confirmed out with massive implications for the championship standings. Lime and Pink struggling, and Lime struggling more as Pink makes contact into the back of Lime, but then Lime just drives away and Pink isn't following. Is Pink out of this race? If this is on the middle of a track, there could be a red flag here as, oh, Lime spins out, too much damage for him, and Pink is not moving. So I fear we'll have a red flag, and there we go, that is saved Red's race, and it's the last thing that Cyan would have wanted in the championship. Let's look at the start again. So we have Red and Cyan pretty even, and Cyan starts to pull ahead and he just sort of drifts along, and then once they make contact there's no way they're avoiding the fence. As we can see it from Red's perspective right now, Cyan cutting across, and yeah, that looks more like Cyan's fault to me, unfortunately, and then they both go straight into the barriers. Red able to continue and he'll be able to repair his car after the red flag, and there's further contact here as Black is just going way too fast into the corner, sends both him and Yellow spinning, who is making further contact with the other cars. That might have been, there we go, that's contact between Pink and Lime. That's probably what caused them problems later on. So we're back here and ready for the second start after the red flag. Orange leading the race. It's a fair getaway from all the drivers, no one really pulling out ahead. Orange comfortably taking the lead from pole position as Blue slots in behind, and Yellow is sending one down the inside, makes contact with Purple, who makes contact with Black, and Black ends up getting spun around. Purple looks like he got held up there. Red making a lot of positions as someone's wheels fallen off and is slowing down Lime, who also seems to have some damage to his own. The tyre is now released and bouncing across the track. Orange leads, followed by Green, who has managed to overtake Blue in that first lap kerfuffle, followed by Yellow and then Red, and Green's fallen down as Green had a spin at the chicane. He must have, yes, Green there on the runoff, losing that hard-earned second position that he got from starting 9th on the grid. So a very impressive drive up until then. Unfortunate to see all of his hard work disappear like that. Despite being spun around for the second start in a row, Black is still ahead of Lime, who clearly has some sort of damage, and at this rate I don't think Lime will be finishing the race. As we see, Lime there is out and the timing sheet is updated so that Red is over Yellow. Oh, and there's Blue and Yellow out on the first corner, and Black as well. Again, no grip. There might even be a spill or something if all 3 drivers have gone off in the same part of the track. But it looks like Yellow and Blue are out, but Black is able to continue on, albeit with extensive damage. I don't know how far Black will make it from here. Let's see what happened, because this is really intriguing that all 3 cars have gone off in the same part. Oh, and Blue's just dipped a wheel on the grass, and from there you can't really stop, can you? Smash! That's a big incident there. You can see the bonnets all bent up, and then Yellow just does the same thing. They're all just following each other's lines, I guess, and then Yellow made it a bit further but still ends up meeting the wall, and then Black just had no grip, didn't touch the grass or anything, but hits Yellow square on. I'm sure Yellow and its crew won't be happy about that, but Black is able to rejoin and continue in 5th, but is nowhere near the rest of the pack now. We can see Black there has crashed and is out of the race. Must have just been from that damage earlier when they went off and hit Yellow, so that only leaves 4 cars left in the race. A full 6 cars are out already. Oh, Red's spun. Red's spun on the last lap here, and Purple is going to snatch that second position. This is big points for Purple, and Red is losing points in the championship battle with that position and is on the back foot. That's a uncharacteristic mistake from our championship leader. And red's off. This is going to play right into green's hands, and this is more drama for red as he has made another mistake in this final lap, and green comes around now. That's not a very big gap, so if red doesn't make any mistakes, she should be able to make it home, but otherwise green is ready and waiting for any little slip-ups that red can have as we go down into the second part of the lap. And red's locking up, red's spinning, red's going to spin. Another mistake on this last lap for red. It's really been a horror show for him as green just sails on by, as we see on board in his car. But that's really uncharacteristic from red. I'm sure he must have some sort of car damage here, because he's dropped down from second to fourth in one lap out of the podium positions. And it's a dream for purple and green, who are the only two cars not to step on the podium in the past 5 races. They both have 0 podiums to its name, but they'll be getting their first now, so that everyone will at least have 1 podium. It's been a very good drive from both of them. They do deserve it, but all the credit has to go to Orange today, who has led from the first lap to the last, taking advantage of that first lap incident, and after that really hasn't had any doubts. So in Watkins Glen International, Orange wins the race, followed closely by purple. An amazing race from him, bouncing back from his drought of points. And red is in the gravel. Red might not even finish, even though it's the last lap. This won't change anything, but it will really take a hit of confidence as green now comes over the line in 3rd position, completing the podium. It's been a superb race from him, just staying out of trouble. And there, red is confirmed to be out of the race. A really bad last lap for him, losing a position to both purple and green, and then not even finishing the race, as we see a replay of what happens. And that engine didn't sound healthy, did it? He just can't stop the car, and it's just going to slide into the gravel, even a little spin. He had no grip there, struggling where a lot of the other cars did. He looked so strong for most of the race, so I don't believe that's his fault. I believe it might be a car issue, but still, nonetheless, he loses points. He still leads the championship, as we can see here. It's now a 12-point gap between Cyan and red. Orange is now only 1 point behind Cyan, followed by Lime, who is tying with blue, and then black is tying with green. The mid-pack there is very close, only 2 points separating the cars from 4th to 7th, and then yellow is only a further 5 behind. Despite the podium, purple remains in last place, but at least the gap isn't nearly as bad as it was earlier, only a further 6 points to pink, who was in 44 points in 9th position. Still only the 1 win and the 1 podium for pink in the same race. I think that was in Spa. He's starting to struggle in the last half of the season. He's lost 2 positions in the championship. Orange has gained 2, green has gained 2, and lime and blue have both each lost 1. The top 2 stay the same, as red still extends his advantage. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's race. It was quite a good one at the start, but a bit of a slow burner at the end. Very interesting for the championship. Hope you can join us next time as we head to Suzuka. That'll be a good one. And we're going to have a couple of changes with the way everything works then. So hopefully it's a bit fresh, a bit new, a bit more exciting. Until then, bye bye.